Greetings, everybody. It is Saturday morning, November 8th, 2014, and I am trying my best to get back to these weekend trader segments. This is something that we started a few years ago. I find the weekend a very interesting time from a trader's perspective. The markets are closed, and in this day where the markets are pretty much open 24 hours for 5 days, it's a very interesting time in that the markets are closed. Folks are usually out and about getting caught up with life, if you will, and that's sort of where I found myself caught up in recent times. But we're doing a lot of things at this end. We have tried our best over the years to bring insightful, helpful, new ways of looking at trading, all in the spirit of helping each other. When you go back to the chronology of this blog, this site, there's a link in the top left which talks about the original blog. Started back in '08. It was a diary, was a journal. That kind of ran its course. There wasn't much more I could say. It morphed into education. It morphed into motivation. It morphed into MF Global advocacy, getting caught up in that with some $3 million. And on and on and on. So one of the things, though, that has remained constant is we've tried to do things that I think are lacking in the industry, or just provide a view and insights in terms of the trading business in ways that maybe that'll get you thinking, with no hype and no intent other than trying to help each other. A lot going on and a lot of really great stuff, and I want to spend a lot of this morning talking about something that, I've typically been very careful over the years on endorsing products and services. I think there's a lot of good out there. I think that there's a lot of not so much good out there. And it sort of is caveat emptor, buyer beware. And whether it's education or trading platforms or brokers or whatever, I'm very, very careful. I have a lot of experience with a lot of them, and I think highly. I've got some very strong feelings about some of the good out there, including people I work with. But I want to talk about something that I came across for some reason only recently. And forgive me if this is old news to any of you, but I have a feeling that this is something that is not as widely known as I would have thought might have been. And I want to take you back to 2000, the mid-2000s. You may remember a product, or maybe not, called TradeMaven. TradeMaven was a world-class order entry system that was developed by a gentleman by the name of Peter Nannis. And I had the benefit of being exposed to that front-end system. And it was wonderful. Trade off the charts, trade entries, trade plots, and a lot of vendors have kind of tried to mimic that over time. and I'd moved on from there. They merged with I think it was eLocal. So they packaged the brokerage in the front end order entry system, and that kind of morphed into its own thing. And then come to find out, and I've just learned of this over the last couple of weeks, is that Peter ultimately bought back the technology and the intellectual property, and has been since then providing a product called Inside Edge, which is a front-end system and a charting system, which I have never seen anything like this. And I'm going to cut right to the chase. If you are looking for something and you want to align yourself with the big boys, all right, if you want to align your trade entries, align your strategies, align what you're doing now, knowing that you've got big money behind you, that'd be a pretty powerful thing. And again, I'm very careful in choosing my words here. I have been exposed to this software over the last couple of weeks now, and every day my interest peaks, and every evening I spend a lot of my free time, if you will, not only monitoring the markets, but doing some more research on this whole effort and this product. And the more that I have dug, the stronger I feel about what this does in terms of allowing people to see the market, to view the market, and to participate in the market from a perspective that you are aligning yourself with the big money. And so there are a couple of companies involved here. Peter's technology company is called Blue Water Trading Solutions. I got some stuff on my other monitor, which is why I keep glancing over here. And then Peter hooked up with a wonderful gentleman by the name of Charlie Cochran, who again you may or may not have heard about. I really had not been exposed to Charlie's work at all. And so Peter and Charlie teamed up, and guys, I hope I'm getting this right, to create an entity called CN Futures Trading. I think that's it, right? CN Futures. And it's cnfuturestrading.com. And so they are partners in this effort where Peter provides the technology, and then Charlie has provided his own methodology, which has been incorporated into the technology, and has resulted in a series of charting applications, which is really what I'm getting at. And it does a lot in terms of, first of all, many of you know that I've not been a huge volume profile guy over the years. I believe in keeping things simple. I have traded largely and continue to trade largely based on price movement that has always worked very well, continues to work very well. And volume has always been a piece of that, but the volume profile piece I haven't been really all that much with. I figure it's important to have a measuring stick. Whether you have a ruler, a tape measure, or yardstick, doesn't matter. Just pick one. Yet what I'm finding a little bit is that the volume piece of the business obviously is very important, and where you often have the price chart up top and the volume bars at the bottom, you're kind of having to make sure that you can see both at the same time, and is this move real, is it pushed by volume, all that kind of stuff. And what this platform does is it combines that, and it combines that with a market profile type perspective, which kind of takes us to a next level. And those that do follow or have been exposed to market profile or haven't but want to, a great opportunity to do that here. For those that maybe aren't market profile, wannabes, but they want to increase the success rate, increase the probability, increase the success again of their existing price-based modeling and strategies. This is kind of like putting a little high test in your engine. And so that's the second camp, is the camp that I fall into, again, mostly price-based, but looking to certainly incorporate volume into that. When's that breakout real? When is that capitulation, that midday capitulation that we love so much? When you see a little bit of an extra signal that says, yeah, that's it, go. And anyway, it's something that I have been very, very impressed with. So they have a room, okay, that I've been participating in as a trader. Now, many of you know I'm an author, I'm a mentor, I'm a trading educator, but first and foremost, I'm a trader. I have limited my teaching to really once a year in terms of the live jelly efforts, by the way, which is coming up in March. If you're interested, email me. But the rest of the year I trade, and so I'm in a room that these guys have, where Charlie gets on every hour, top of every hour. He does a preliminary update before the market opens. He's on every hour, kind of updating things, and he's there to provide insights and techniques and tips in terms of how to use the software in monitoring the markets. He monitors the S&P E-minis, which is a market that most of you trade. Also does some work with the bond and notes and gold. And so anyway, I'm excited, and if you detect that in my voice, you're reading me fairly well. I try to go to great lengths to pull no punches and be pretty transparent, good, bad, or ugly in this business. And there's a lot of bad and ugly. But I'll tell you, I would encourage you, if you're interested in this, to pursue. I'll put a couple of links up in the post. They have a free trial in order to demo the software. I think it's a month, as well as participate in the trading room. I forget how long that is, but it's something where it's a fairly small group right now. And if you're looking to start your trading, or maybe view your trading from a slightly different perspective, slightly different lens, I think that you will greatly enjoy what you're seeing, even if you don't choose to participate going forward. Peter Nanis, outstanding engineer. You can read the background on his site. Again, the Trade Maven application. I was so disappointed, actually, when I couldn't use that anymore when they merged with eLocal, and I didn't have business with eLocal. And for some reason, I stumbled across them. Now, they've given presentations in various venues over the last few years. And I thought I would use again today as an opportunity to see. We have a lot of traffic that comes through here. to see, if this is something that people were interested with, because there's a lot that we could do with this. At a minimum, again, if you're interested, go to the link, check out the trial, check out the background. And I am hanging out in that room. Now, right now, for the moment, I am involved in both market and non-market activities. So my availability during the day is not such where I can actively teach and mentor and trade 100% of the time. But I'm still very active both in the Globex session, as many of you know, and certainly during the day when the opportunity arises. I think I was at 30,000 contracts last month, even, so a little crazy. But anyway, I'm hanging out in this room where these guys are. Charlie runs it. I'm there as a trader. So it's very different than the Jelly effort, where I'm on the other side of this trading and teaching. Right now, I'm in there as a trader and loving what I'm seeing. It's a very different environment, very professional. These guys know what they're doing. No BS. Very calm and cool discussion. It's just really great. So again, if it sounds like I am endorsing something, I kind of am, only because I'm there as a participant. And nothing more. So again, it's cnfuturestrading.com. The software is called Inside Edge. I kind of get why it was described as Inside Edge. When you look at this, the ability to turn your charts effectively into a chart that only reflects the large players, which talk about eliminating noise. There's a lot of good on this, but that is the icing on the cake for me. I'm looking at this thing and I'm following it, and I've been following it in detail over the last several days in terms of when do the chart patterns set up that we would normally look to, and then on top of that is the big money going in at that same time, or not going at the same time. The Bank of Japan overnight gap, the post-election gap on Wednesday morning of this past week, where market's kind of going up and up and up pre-market, and you're looking at the volume and it's not there, and then the volume comes in on top of the chart setup and it's bang, and you see this all in one spot. Imagine if you could turn your charts into something that only tracks the big players, along with a whole host of other volume-based profile, price-based charting too. So anyway, I'll stop babbling on that, but I am thrilled. I want to thank Peter and thank Charlie for their time. They were gracious enough to speak with me during a couple of evenings when I had questions. My first question to these guys is how come I haven't heard about this? And I really think it may be one of the industry's best kept secrets. It's really hard to separate the wheat from the chaff. And this is wheat, no doubt about it. So anyway, that's what's going on that front. From a trading perspective, boy, what a week. The post-election gap was one of the best setups I've seen in ages. I don't know what it was, 10 point gap on news. I mean, come on fairly light volume, but they're taking all the stops out overnight up until the high, and you just see it coming. You see it coming if you study it hard enough. And I was up all election night actually watching the charts in the dome and trading along with it. But you could see, you get to another level with pause. Charlie calls us move, pause, move, right? Move, pause, and then, I mean, it's so thin you could just see the stops taken out, and you knew they were gunning for the high. You knew they were gunning for the recent high at, what was it, 2015 at the time, I think it was. And then it just kind of hung there pre-market, and then just cratered. So it was just a great opportunity. This is a business where I think it's very important to maintain a network of solid people that support you, that build you up. Again, I've been very fortunate in my life to have come across some gems, and I consider this to be the latest gem that it's certainly reflected in my results over the past week. And there's so much more that I want to dig into this, and so much I want to learn. One of the things that Charlie talks about is being a lifetime learner. And I agree with that in spades. That the minute you think you have this figured out is the minute that you'll stop performing. You've got to be thirsty. You've got to be hungry. You've got to be armed with the right tools, and having a tool that really identifies when everybody's going in, in terms of the big players. And then you can modify that, by the way, in terms of lot sizes and that kind of stuff. What do you want to filter? So anyway, very, very excited. So thanks to Charlie and Peter. Want to share that information with everybody. And again, if you're interested, that's where I'm hanging out right now. Going forward, have to figure out what my plans are. I'm going to be migrating away from this non-market effort back to the market 100%. And very much looking forward to that and building my infrastructure, building a trading team to do that. So again, anyway, it's the weekend. Relax, get yourself focused and centered. Trading week starts again either Sunday night or Monday morning, depending upon where you are. I continue to see outstanding opportunity in the Globex sessions, and I think the U.S. day sessions also have been surprising lately in terms of some solid opportunities. I thought Friday was wonderful. Actually, I thought Wednesday through Friday were outstanding, on par with the Europe sessions. I still believe that the Europe 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. ish Eastern time, which is 9 a.m. plus in Europe, is the cleanest, the smoothest, no games. It's just sick. Sick in a good way, but the challenge is certainly being awake for that and being able to manage your energy. So we always have to eat off the menu that's prepared for us. If that means we have to trade during the U.S. session, we trade during the U.S. session. The jellyfish concept continues in spades. That we adapt to what's happening, both in terms of market technology and market opportunity. So anyway, good stuff happening. Check it out if you're interested. I will definitely catch you next week, and catch me on Twitter at MillerDon over the course of the week, and have a great week. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye.